Hey guys, oh my gosh, huge welcome to each and every one of you for joining us in our virtual gym. I'm so pumped that you decided to take the first step and join us. I have to say that we are a pretty fun crew. We have a good time with each other in this group. So I'm so pumped again that you decided to take the first step and jump, well, 2 feet and jump right in. Yeah, so just wanted to give you a little bit of info on how this group runs and pump you up a little bit on getting started on your health and fitness journey. So first things first, this group is for you and for everybody here to encourage and share and really just motivate each other and inspire each other to keep going in our own health and fitness journeys. We're all on our own journey, but we're doing it together. So it's pretty awesome that we have this platform to be able to like connect and meet and share with each other. So do that. Share your selfie, share your sweaty selfie. We do a weekly like accountability kind of check-in post, so you can share it there or you can share it on the wall. It's totally up to you, but I know lots of us share every day or when we remember, or even if we forget, we still post a little photo of ourselves in there, or with our kids or whatever. However you want to share, do that, because it's so much fun to encourage each other and support each other. So even if you're making dinner, like you have a healthy lunch, or you want to share a recipe, or you tried something and you think that everybody else might like it, then share that, because like that's what we're all here for. We're here to each motivate, to encourage each other, and sometimes we get stuck and we want a new recipe, so share that. So yeah, holding yourself accountable by showing up every day. There's a lot of people in the past or that I've talked to that have told me that they can't work out at home because they're not motivated, and they can't stay on track because if they're at home or what have you. But like having this group, I have to say, is how I started my own journey, and how I felt that I was able to stay motivated and accountable was to just keep showing up. And to be honest, like when you post often and you share and you feel encouraged and empowered and inspired to keep going, because like everybody is commenting on your post, so don't be afraid to comment on other people's posts. But when you do that, it actually it keeps you going, and it helps like you to stay motivated. To be honest, like I can only speak from my personal experience and what some of the other girls have shared with me, but it really does speak volumes. So if you want to keep accountable and motivated, then post often, because it's a lot of fun. Anyways, I do have a couple of notes because otherwise I'd be like, hey, squirrel. So yeah, and like post on other people's shares, right? Like we want to encourage each other and have a happy community and somewhere that we want to check into each day. I know there's like a lot of different Facebook groups and a lot of different things that you might be a part of, and by having a happy community and somewhere that you feel comfortable focusing a little bit of your daily time on. I know as busy moms and as just busy people in general, we have a lot of different spots that we could focus energy on, but just taking 5 minutes or whatever it is and just jumping in and sharing, or encouraging, or it lifts you up and it lifts the person up that you have left a comment for. So I know that from personal experience as well. Like it just makes you feel really good when you feel like somebody else is there with you every step of the way. So I try to do that as myself often, and try to get into the group every single day and just say, hey, good job, because for one, it's just empowering for me to do that for myself, to do it for you guys. Like it just makes me feel so great to encourage you guys as well. So let's talk a little bit about goals. We might have a long-term health goal, let's say, or I feel like I'm really low on this camera, so I'm gonna like sit up a tiny bit. Anyways, we might have like a long-term health goal that we wanna work towards. And that is so great, right? Like that's great to have that goal written down and to work towards that every single day. But also I want you to think about it like breaking it down into chunks. So let's think about the next 30 days. Let's think about this challenge that's coming up. Let's break it down and write down, or maybe, I'm going to make a post about that's coming up here. So write down like what your short-term goal will be for the next 30 days, how you're going to get there. Is it to lose 5 pounds? Is it to just feel stronger? Whatever it happens to be, just write it down. You could reflect on it often or look at it. You could stick it up on a sticky note on your mirror. Just like be intentional with it and work towards it every single day, because having a big term goal is great, but you're only going to get there if you focus on like one day at a time, one step at a time, and like progress. It doesn't have to be perfect right off the bat. It doesn't have to be like, you know, you didn't lose 10 pounds in 1 week, so you're just gonna give up. It has to be like, you know, every day you're just stepping forward to like a different version, a more improved, a healthier version of you. So be intentional with those goals, and, you know, don't make them out of reach. You know, have your big health or your big goal in whatever it is for your health, but also break it down and bring it back down for over the next 21 or 30 days for the next month. So I also want you to go on and check out BOD, so get familiar with Beachbody On Demand. In there is so much information, and to be honest, I go on and I'm like, oh, that's new to me, or oh, that's something that I've never seen before. So go on there and get familiar with moving around in that system. So there's, if you go into workouts, there's a workout tab, but there's also program materials. Now, program materials are going to be often overlooked, but they are your friend. So you're going to find like your workout calendars in there. You're going to find your meal plans. Totally drew a blank. That happens often. You're gonna find your meal plans, and you're gonna find like the getting started guide. So if we're doing 21 Day Fix, so we're gonna go into program materials, and we are going to find the like guide to get started, and it's gonna like start you right off. It's gonna give you like a caloric baseline that you're gonna calculate. You're gonna get some information from that, and from there you're gonna go and into the meal plans. And if you're planning on doing the nutrition portion of it, which I highly recommend everybody do, if you have the containers and all that stuff, then and you're really, you know, going for it, then check that out, calculate your caloric baseline, and get started with like figuring out, I'm jumping ahead from my notes, just from looking down at my notes and thinking I just totally jumped ahead. But yeah, we'll just talk about meal plans for a sec. So if you're, for me, I started in Plan D or Plan C, and you know, after every program or whatever, I check them again. And what you're gonna do is basically, based on how much you weigh, what your age and that sort of thing, and your goals, you're gonna come up with the meal plan that would suit you best. Now, I don't want you to jump around in your meal plans. If you are at Plan D, stick to Plan D. It might sound like a lot of food. You might think that eating this much food is going to make you gain weight, but it's not. You're gonna be eating whole food, you're gonna be working out, you're going to be gaining muscle, and you're gonna be shredding fat. So by eating in those proper meal plans, this is going to be achieved. If you are like needing more, say you're in meal plan D or E or whatever it happens to be, and you're like think, oh, I'm gonna eat in meal plan A, you're gonna starve, you're gonna fall off the wagon because you're gonna like be really hungry. But if you're feeding your body with the proper nutrients, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm getting all this great stuff in, now I can start to release the weight that I've been holding on to. So there is a method to the madness. There is a reason why. Try your best not to jump around and think, like get rid of that old way of thinking that eating less is going to serve you, because it's not. So if you want to have a more in-depth conversation about that, I'm totally game for talking to you a little bit more about that, what the reasoning behind that is. If you're doing Ultimate Portion Fix, she goes into a lot of detail about that as well. So let's talk back about the, if we're doing 21 Day Fix, let's talk about the program materials and the calendar and the workouts. So in the last week of the workout, so it's only 3 weeks, but in the last week you have the option to double up. So you can double up your workouts. So if that's what your plan is, just make sure you give yourself enough time to double up the workouts, so to give yourself an hour. And I always say to people, like, schedule your workouts like an important appointment that you cannot miss. So like doctor's appointment, you can't miss it. So, you know, you're gonna get up at half an hour earlier or 45 minutes earlier to get awake and drink some water and eat some food or whatever it happens to be, and then you're gonna get that workout in. So you're gonna have to make some changes and sacrifices and make, you know, some planning, but get this in. And yeah, so double workouts on those days. And don't forget too, so really review your materials, because there is 10-minute abs as well. I think it's 3 times or twice a week throughout the program. Maybe it's 3 times throughout the program. Anyways, I'm not totally sure on that. So check the calendar, because it's actually not, you'll have to check the calendar. Don't hold me to that one, but there is 10-minute abs, so you're going to want to add that on. So, you know, say you have a Tuesday and you have 40-minute workout instead of 30, so make sure you're planning for that. And water is so important. So let's talk a little bit about water. I'm going to do a post on that as well. So for me, you know, I weigh 145, 150 pounds. So I try to drink 75, 80 ounces of water a day. So however much you weigh, try your best to drink half your body weight in water. And with that, like if you're not a water drinker, you're just gonna have to keep increasing your water, because that's gonna flush your system, that's gonna kickstart your metabolism, it's gonna help you so much, and you won't even really realize it. Like, it's gonna keep your system going. And a good rule of thumb, and I need to get better at this myself, is to wake up and drink a cup or two of water, and just like don't do anything else until you do that. It's gonna kickstart you, it's gonna get you, you know, your body functioning a little bit better. So if you're not a water drinker, really try to get that going. I'm gonna try to be so fast here with what else I have to explain, because my video is getting really long. Anyways, if you're a coffee drinker like me, I still haven't been able to kick the cream. I love cream. I've been using coconut collagen creamer a little bit lately, but you could try unsweetened nut milk or stevia, like sweeten things with stevia. So you're gonna be, you know, changing some of the habits that you might have. So sugar is a huge addiction in our society, and by changing up little things each and every day, then you're going to change what's going into your body, and that will really help you with changing your habits. 2 hours before, but yeah, so let's talk a little bit about nighttime snacking. For me, I'm an emotional eater, I'm a boredom eater, and I have truly can say that I have kicked my nighttime eating habit. So I used to sit in front of the TV and with bowls of chips, or I always have a piece of peanut butter toast with banana on it every night before I went to bed, because I thought I was hungry, but I wasn't. I was just dehydrated, or my stomach would grumble, so I'd go eat some food. But really, now I have a cup of tea or a big glass of water or both, and my stomach is fine until the morning, and I'm so glad that I kicked that habit. So try your best not to eat like 2 hours before bed, or if you have, you know, you're really starving, have a cup of tea, have a cup of water, see if that helps, and if not, then have like a small amount of protein or something along those lines. So as far as your nutrition is concerned too, like keep it simple. Just keep it simple. For the first little bit that you're going into this, whatever your meal plan calls for, if it calls for a protein and a carb and a green, then keep it simple. Eat some chicken, make big batches of brown rice or quinoa or whatever, pasta, whatever suits you and your eating style. Then, you know, keep it very simple. Don't try to like put all these things together and make all these fixate things and try to calculate all these things in your head, because it's going to overwhelm you. Trust me, I know. I've tried it. It doesn't work. You're gonna feel like you're failing. You're not. Just keep it simple. Go with that philosophy. There's lots of resources out there like Pinterest, but you can check out Fixate on Beachbody On Demand. There's lots of recipes in there, but also, you know, you can Google 21 Day Fix, because it's like our most popular program. So you're gonna find endless resources on that. We've talked about our caloric things. We've talked about our base plan. Stay in your plan. So if you're doing Ultimate Portion Fix, you actually have a couple of paths for your meal. I'm jumping back to meal plans. So meal plans have a couple of different ways that you could start and could follow through with. So you can check that out. But really, those starting guides and all that information that you're going to have in your program materials tab, it's gold. That's where you want to go. That's where you want to find your information. And then of course, ask any questions to myself or in our group. We are here to help you. So another good thing, like Shakeology, if you're trying that, it is so amazing for addiction, like for the sugar addiction, for kicking that habit, for cravings, for just making you feel overall wellness. If you're trying it and you're having a little bit of tummy upset or anything like that, then you could try it with half a scoop. Really just ask me to help you with your way through that, because there are different things that we can try. Because I know, you know, once you start putting all these things into your body and changing, you know, your habits drastically, that your body, you know, you want to blame it on the shake, or you want to blame it on this or blame it on that. But let's try some different things before you say, hey, it's this or hey, it's that. So and lastly, because I've been talking forever, just believe in yourself. You can do this. I know you can. You've taken the first step. You're here. You're ready to go. It's 3 weeks. This challenge is only 3 weeks. Let's just think of it as one day at a time. You are worth it. This is like going to start the healthy, positive change in your life. I just know it because I was you. I was there. I was nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, how can I even do this? This seems so, like at the time, it just seemed like such a long time. But really, keep that like why you want to do this in your mind. Keep that goal in the back of your mind. Keep all the things in your mind about how, you know, even think about who you're going to be in next month compared to who you are today, because you can do this, and you are amazing, and you're strong, and you're capable of all these awesome things that you want for yourself. So I'm going to leave it at that because I'm like 15 minutes in. I'm such a talker, but congratulations on taking the first step or the next step in your health journey, and I'm here for you. And any questions that you have, just send me a message and we will chat them through. Okay, talk to you guys soon. Bye.